So how was it teaching there? Like you said,
it was cool, man. Like, my school was wild though, bro. It was like, cause like once again, when I went out there was no black people.
Yep.
So when I went into school, like I remember my first day I got introduced to the school, I felt like I was like 50 Cent, bro. Like I was just sitting there chilling with a bunch of like 5 to 12-year-old, 14-year-olds. And I'm like, I'm just the English teacher. Calm down, man. Like, I was. They would have me sign their books. I was like, y'all got to wait till the end of the semester. Photos with all of them. It was crazy. Even the parents afterwards. All of them wanted photos with me afterwards.
Oh, no way. Who did
I
they
was
think
just
you
the
were?
English teacher. No, they just like, cause like I told y'all before we started this, it was just like they had never seen a black American before in person. And I'm 6'2", 200 pounds. So it's just like, they would be like, we see you on ESPN.
We love your band.
We see you on MTV.
All the time.
Yeah, I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm not a rapper. I can't tell y'all how many times I'd be walking down the street and a Chilean would stop and just start rapping to me in Spanish. I'm like, bruh, what are you even talking about? I'm not a rapper.
Who did they think you were?
This is the most racist thing I've ever experienced.
I'm not a rapper.
I'm not a rapper, bro.
Who did they think you were though? Like, did they like say like names?
No, they would just think I was an athlete. All of them thought I was an athlete, if anything.
Yeah.
Like I had a funny story during this time when I was teaching. We got in cool at one of the casinos. And so we got in, like, we fandangled our way in. We was always VIP at this casino that was dope there. Harlem Globetrotters come to town.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, yeah, you look. Yeah.
So we go to this casino to go to the club, and we with our clique, it's like 15 of us, but we always get in VIP. And we walk in, and we walking past the Harlem Globetrotters. They in line. And of course, they from the States. They like, bro, where the fuck you from? I'm like, man, I'm from Cali. They're like, what you do here? I'm like, I'm just an English teacher, but I know these motherfuckers because I've been here for 2 months already or whatever. And they was just like, how y'all get in plugged before we do? And I'm like, hey, we just know these people right now. That's it. Simple as that. And because we had been there for a while, and the fact, you know what I mean? It was just weird, bro. It's just like, I didn't expect it either. I didn't expect any of this. Like, I was thrown off. I didn't think it would be such a big deal. Like, one of the times that I knew the decision I was going to stay, we went to this club, and it was like 1,000 people. 1,000 people in this club, a popping club at a beach town in there in the north in Chile. And it's me and 5 other English teachers and like 5 other Chileans. And we just sitting there having a good time drinking. And I feel a tap on my shoulder. And the dude's like, hey, can you come up on stage and just introduce yourself to the crowd? And I'm like, so I have my Chilean friend. I was like, is he saying what I think he's saying? It's like, yeah, they just want you to go on stage and introduce yourself. And I'm like, what the fuck, why? He's like, look around. You're the only black person here. And you from the USA.
Is that scene in Rush Hour 2 when he get
closer? Hey, when he's in the karaoke bar.
I'll be right back.
But this was a legit dope-ass club. Yeah. So I'm sitting there like, nah, I'm cool. I'm not trying to get on stage. Like, that's not, I never wanted to act. I didn't do stand-up by then, nothing. I was like, I'm good. He's like, well, I'll get all y'all drinks for the whole night if you do this for me. And I was like, yeah. And my boys was like, you better do this
What's
shit.
up, everybody?
Yeah. So I got up there. I was like, bro, what you want me to do? He was like, man, just introduce yourself and play with the crowd. I'm like, fuck, man, what the fuck? All right. So I get up on stage. I was like, what's up, everyone? I was like, hola, todo mi nombre es Lester Ransom, soy de California, USA. Everyone starts screaming. And I was like, what the fuck? This shit is crazy, man. And then my dude was like, can you dance? The manager. I was like, nah, nigga, I can't dance. I was like, I ain't no dancer. What I look like, Magic Mike in this bitch?
You can do the rock away. Lean
For
back.
real. So I was like, you know what? F it. I'm a little tipsy because I made him get us some drinks, a couple rounds of drinks before we got on so I could, loosen up to do it. So like, bro, you throwing some West Coast shit, I'm just going to sea walk in this bitch. So they threw on out. It was probably some bullshit like the next episode or some shit, Dr. Dre. And I'm just sitting up there, sea walking out. Everybody go crazy, bro. That shit was insane. And then when I got off stage, they had 2 guards waiting for me. Because all the girls was trying to rip my shirt, like literally rip my shit off when I got off the stage. Like it was insane,
That's
bro.
Real rock star shit.
And my homeboy, I was like, bro, I don't think we ever leaving this bitch. I was like, we staying in Chile for life. I was like, why should we leave?
That's the dream.
Why? Yeah, I was 26 years old. And I was like, the next day too, in that same beach town.
Everybody shorter than you?
Me and my homeboy, yeah, it's true. Like there's tiny
He
in
visited
Chile.
the Shire, like in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Master Lester.
He was Gandalf.
You're supposed to be the leader into the rings, Master.
It's like when
They're
Gandalf...
going to Mardar, sir.
That's crazy.
It was crazy.
Why the hell did you come back?
It was crazy,
That
man.
was funny part. He was like, "Oh yeah, I was just out there speaking Spanish." The whole time he was telling me, he was like, "I'm trying to do comedy." But I'm like, "Bro, why are you back? Like I know you. Like I know you can't. Like, I'm like, you came back to this shit." I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, like I'm.
Everybody says that, bro.
You
Everybody.
went from that to coming to Copper Spoon.
Yeah. Everybody asked me that too, cause I got into TV in 2012
In Chile.
out in Chile.
And it was in T. Okay,
Yeah.
keep going. I got
Yeah.
questions. I got questions.
All
Make
right.
my list.
So that program ended, and I stayed in Santiago. I came home, and then I went back. I was like, look, I'm going to go for 1-2 more years max, get my Spanish, because I still didn't feel it was good enough to pass the test.
Can I just say, you're the second person today that is going to talk to us about walking away from fame.
From fame.
Oh. But see, here's my mindset, and I'm
breaking
explaining
our
to y'all,
hearts.
and it will happen too. But so I started a company my first year there. It's called Usa Carretes, Una Noche en Estados Unidos. It was like a night in the USA.
Okay.
So it was me and a New York DJ, and I was the host, and my New York DJ was a DJ. So we just put it on Facebook. We was like, we gonna do a night in the USA, and we had like 800 people show up. Ooh. It was thick, and I'm telling you, I made bank. And I was only supposed to do this one time because I was just sick of their music. And I was like, yeah, I didn't like reggaeton, and I wasn't, what is it called? Techno. They love reggaeton and techno. And I didn't mess with reggaeton and techno like that. I messed with a Daddy Yankee back in the day every now and then, but they was on some hood reggaeton that I'd never heard of. My Spanish sucked at the moment. So they would always tease me because I would go to the clubs with headphones, the little earbuds in. And I'm sitting here and I would meet chicks off that. They'd be like, what you listening to? And I put my music on. I had my, whatever music was playing, rap. Yeah, I had Dre. I had everything. Too Short, all that. But so I had a party and it popped. It was like 800 plus people. And so I started doing it every month. And some famous people came, recommended me to a TV show in 2012. And I went on it. And at 2012, my Spanish was a lot better. And then all the networks hit me. Like, immediately I had popped up on HBO as a drug dealer, as a narco, doing English and Spanish. And then all the major networks in Chile hit me up. Wow. So then one of the networks I was on in 2013, 14, it was like, we're doing a comedy competition. Can you do some stand-up? Because you're pretty funny, but we just like, we'd love to hear you try stand-up. And I was like, oh, man, stand-up in Spanish? Yeah. I was like, my Spanish was horrible, too. I was like, what the fuck? All right, but you know what? I'm going to try this. So I just wrote out some jokes, some funny stories, and just to show y'all how different Chileans are. Like, one of my stories was just like how it was for me going out in the club. And I'd be like, when I go out in the club, Chileans would always be like, when I walk in, they'd be like, wait, look at that big black dude. He's so tall. Look at his shoes. His shoes are giant, blah, 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 this and that. I just want to go talk to him. And then the girl be like, but you don't speak English. And she'd be like, it doesn't matter. After I get drunk off of this shit, I'm going to be bilingual. I'm going to speak perfect English, right? So then they walk up to me and I'd make a joke how they ask me, and be like, how to you? What the fuck? How to you? And be like, how you doing? And be like, yes, that. And then I'd be like, I'm good. And you? They'd be like, I'm good. Name you? And I'm just like, name you? Like, what's your name? Like I go through a thing like that. And then, and I'd be like, and then after talking, the girls get their moment. They're like, okay, I met my black dude from the States. I got to take advantage of this. And they just be like, you, me, home? What? I'm like, what? Really? That's easy? Like, damn, just because I'm a big black dude from the States?
JD, this is the last episode of The Voice Party. I'll be on. I'm going to Chile for 6 months.
I would like to announce my
Just say you're Lester.
departure to Chile.
Nah, my name is Clester.
Cluster. I like that.
Cluster.
Go there, that'd be dope.
The name's Jester.
Yeah. So that would be my stand-up out there. Now I did it in Spanish, but I would do my voice as the girl and everything, and that was one of my better jokes too. And that was like my first joke I ever wrote in Spanish.
Exactly like you say, like the translation, a lot of stuff gets lost.
Yeah.
Just you telling that story, like how it sounds, the way you say it in Spanish, like it doesn't translate well to English.
Exactly, it doesn't. Yeah. But and I got into that, and then I didn't even take it serious. But then 2 years after that, I got into a comedy writing class from like 2 famous comedians. They were like, Lester, you need to get in stand-up. You can do shit we can't do. Mm-hmm. So I was like, dope, and I did it. And I loved it. And I was like, cool. So I was working on the #1 comedy TV show for 8 years while I was doing stand-up.
What's it called?
It's called Morandé con Compañía. Morandé is the famous guy. That's his name. He was like it was his show. And it was like Saturday Night Live, but his show. And he had a cast of like 15 actors that was on there every week. And we did it live every Friday in front of like 300 people.
Oh, like
SNL.
Yeah. It was live every Friday, and then everything we aired on Saturday, we filmed on Thursday or Wednesday.
What did you say it was called again? Sorry.
Morande, Morande, Con Compañía. Con Compañía in Chile. Yeah, Morande, Morande. Morandande. Con Compañía.
Like he's 8N because you see you struggling. 8N. No, you put the.
Not equal. So I was on that from 2012 to 2020 when it got shut down because of COVID.
Yeah.
And
like
to answer y'all question, like why am I back here? I had got a lot of stuff out there. Like I had been blessed to get on HBO, Amazon, Netflix. And I'd worked with Antonio Banderas, a lot of Latin American superstars, Olga Kurylenko, the chick from Oblivion that was with Tom Cruise. Mm-hmm. She was in that. I met Danny Glover when he came through there because he was filming a little something. And Fred Emerson for Saturday Night Live, he came out there too. I got to work with him.
Too, right?
Yeah, he's fluent in Spanish. I didn't even know he was fluent in Spanish, but he is. I met him in the dressing room and we was talking Spanish. I didn't even know who the fuck he was. And I was like, I double took and I was like, wait, Fred Emerson, what the fuck you doing here? He's like, this is the show I'm in. So it was dope, but I got hella stuff. But I'd be like, okay, how can I get bigger roles? And everybody be like, you got to be in LA for that. It's like, if you're going to be here, you'll forever get secondary roles. You'll forever get secondary roles unless you go to LA. So I was like, man, I've been doing this for a long time. I want bigger stuff. So that's why I wanted to come back here and come to LA.
Man, so you had it made out there.
Yes and no, man, because it was like, I love Chile to death, but even as much as they love black folks, they were still racist to that stuff too.
I can only imagine.
You know what I mean? Like I had producers tell me straight up, had you been a white dude just like you would be super more famous than you are right now.
Colorism.
I had a couple of them tell me that.
Colorism.
Yeah, because I had 2 white homeboys that I would go out with from like a 2-year time period. And we were all the same height, same built, but they would win. Like when I'd be out with them, I was a ghost.
Yeah.
Nobody even looked at me damn near. Because we all 6'2", shredded.
Like, excuse me.
Yeah. I'm like, well, bitch, I'm famous. You know what I mean?
I'm on TV. They just white.
But to their defense, one of them was famous on TV. He was way more famous than me. But the other one, he was just like they like, I'll be out with them. I'd be like, man, I love y'all, but I hate going out with y'all, bro. Like, don't nobody see me. Nobody see me.
I'm working on a joke. I say average white dudes stay winning.
Yeah.
Because you always.
My best friend in Chile is a white dude. He about 5'9" from Kentucky. Pretty little white dude. He told me too. He's like, bro, I ain't never leaving Chile. He's like, in Kentucky, I wasn't shit. I ain't getting no females. I'm a god here. Like he get all the bad ones. Like he was my roommate for like 6 years, and he would pull bad ones over me too. And I'm like, how does little white dude from Kentucky pull the bad ones over me? Like this don't make no sense. Yeah. I didn't get it. I was like, I'm a beast.
You need to go to Chile.
I'm the ex-athlete, not this little dude, but that's my brother.
It
man.
make everything even.
Like, exactly.
You athlete, good looking, in shape, and stuff like that. And he white.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Chile's your next venture, bro.
Hey, you would kill it out there.
Can you believe the Voice Party has had merch this whole time and we neglected to tell anybody? T-shirts, hoodies, bath mats, wall clocks, throw pillows, even mini skirts. We will throw our logo on absolutely anything. Click the link in the description below and pick you up some Voice Party merch today.